Okay, so we're going to do, I guess what I'll call part one of kind of more of an in-depth review of the ABS 5-foot Judge Smoker. I've had this smoker now for a couple weeks, but I really had been looking at these smokers for probably close to the past, I don't know, 9, almost 10 years now, since I first started really researching the rotisserie smokers that were in the market. What I wanted was a rotisserie that was wood-fired. I didn't want anything with gas. I didn't want to go the route of like a Southern Pride or anything like that that would have been, you know, not really something that was pure 100% wood barbecue rotisserie. So ABS kept coming up in my research over the years, but I wanted to make this in-depth review for anyone who may be in the same position that I've been in, which is looking for a larger commercial smoker to use in catering and other events, and trying to decide between some of the offset smokers that are out there and maybe a smoker like this, the rotisserie, that you can consider. So today I want to point out some of the features on this that I've really liked so far in the last 2 weeks, and some of the features really that made me go with the ABS smoker as opposed to the other smokers that were on the market. So first, if you want to come in, I can show you, just to show you the rotisserie unit is run off the motor mounted just underneath here, and really easy. You have either electrical source, or you can actually run this off of a small battery with an inverter, and that's the power supply that you need to run the rotisserie unit. It's controlled here, on and off switch. But the really cool thing here is that when you do power this unit up, on the back side, you come in here and get a close-up of this. Back here on the back side, you have a switch, and I'll show what this does. So you got a electrical switch, and if you come over here, show this, actually powers up another electrical box that's on this side of the smoker. Got some juice and oil from last night, it's cooked, but so basically runs an LED light. It's extendable, really cool little detail that they've added on this smoker. It seems like they've added and thought of a lot of details. You can have the light mounted on this side as well, but that is an amazing feature to me, just to be able to have a light that's kind of on the unit to help with the cooks at night, which is, you know, a huge problem for anyone who's had to smoke all through the night, and you know what it's like trying to do any kind of work in the dark. So that problem is solved. Also, another nice little detail, they have the stainless steel shelves all the way around the unit. These are on both sides of the unit and on the back, and these are actually removable as well. They built in the grill, the little hooks for your tools. Again, just you know, not something that's necessary, but it's just an example of the nice, the detail and the thought that went into this, where every part of this is engineered to help you cook and help you cook better. So we'll take a look here on the inside of the unit. We just did chicken last night, actually pretty late. We ended up cooking late into the night. We did a lot of chicken. So today we're going to go through the process of cleaning this thing out. But you take a look inside. So in talking to Mark over at ABS, he suggested to add, basically every time you cook, you add a little bit of water into the base of this unit. So you add water in there, and what it does is it actually collects the grease and all the drippings, and then it makes it real easy to clean this out too, because he's got two ball valves that yeah, two ball valves underneath the unit where you can drain this. So you can it's one in each corner, and so you can set this, set it on a tilt to get all of the water to drain out to either side. And you do that by adjusting the nose of the unit up or down. And so we'll do that in a minute. Come over here, we'll shut this. But it makes clean out really easy on this, and yeah, it makes it easy to clean. Sorry for the yard work and motorcycle noise. But come down here and take a look. So this is the side over here. Oops, we'll get that cleaned out too. But yeah, we got the electricity on both sides, which makes it really nice because not only can you hook up your light, but you can hook up you know, any other accessory that you might have. And again, this can all be done mobile. You don't need to have a power source. Happen to be using it here at home. This is the ball valve. Open that up. Start cleaning the unit. Start draining the inside, and that's going to start our process of getting this cleaned out. And so basically, the first step, I always clean it out. I take all the racks out. Maybe I'll show that next. How easy this is to actually clean out, or take the racks out. You can see there the water's draining out. So then, to remove the rack, I'll back up a little bit and I'll show you. But basically, these racks just come out that easy. And so they come out, and so what I do is basically I take out all the racks after every cook, clean the unit entirely out on the bottom, clean the racks, and then I oil it back down as necessary, and then I'm ready to cook the next time. But the whole clean out process, even after a major cook, only takes about 40-45 minutes tops to get this completely clean, get all the grill racks completely clean. So yeah, it's really easy, made super easy. Just because, again, of the design, and they seem to have thought of almost everything with the design here. Okay, we'll come around on the back. Come around the back side. So again, he's got stainless steel shelves all the way around. Come back here to the Firebox side. So this is really cool. So basically, this is the side of the Firebox, and what you have on each side is you have the you open this up and it opens up holes on each side underneath the Firebox, and that's your ash clean out. And then they've got this feature built in, which is basically it's a rake. It's a rake that extends the length of the Firebox, and this rake basically allows you to pull this. You pull this rod, and it basically is a clean out. It pulls all of the ash from the Firebox, pulls it out, sweeps it over the holes. You put a bucket underneath the hole, and it makes the ash clean out after you've done a cook. It makes the ash clean out very easy to do. Yeah, it makes it really easy to keep everything clean, but I'll show you now. So here is the air valve, the air intakes on each side that they've built in. And actually, for a large cooker like this, I've found in the last 2 weeks that I've been using this, it's really easy to actually regulate your temperature just using the side valve. This Firebox is 5 feet, approximately by 18. It's about 18 inches wide. 5 foot long. It runs the entire length of the smoker. So this is a huge firebox. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look back there now at the firebox. You got, again, the stainless steel shelving, but these can be removed when you're not using them, or if you don't want to use them on each side. So for the firebox door, they got the latch built in to make sure that this thing doesn't drop on you. This is a plate put in when you're not using your firebox, when you're or basically when you're trying to damp out the fire. Let's move it over here. But just to show you how the firebox works, if you come inside here, if you want to take a look in here. So this on each side, and I'll show you, so this control on each side actually opens this up, and this allows you control over basically the intake in terms of the heat, your heat into your cook chamber. So you regulate that using the basically it's adjustable. So between something that I was a little bit concerned about in looking at these before I actually cooked on one was whether or not the rotisserie, when the meat would come around to the fireside, coming into close proximity to the firebox, I was afraid of getting hot spots on the meat like the ribs and the chicken. But this baffle prevents you from getting actual flame from coming into the firebox, into the cook chamber between the two. So this baffle, again, this is a fantastic design. You can open it wide open. You can basically set it so that it's shielding. If you want to take a look here, oops. You can set it so that it's shielding most of the, so that you're shielding most of the flame during a cook if you have flame. And then, of course, if you're cooking over mostly coals, then you can open this kind of wide open. But I've found even when I'm just getting the wood going and I got a roaring fire going back here, I've had no problem with hot spots inside the cook chamber. I've had no problem. All of the meat ends up cooking really evenly. So, yeah, so that part has been no problem whatsoever. Again, see that this is, we haven't cleaned it out yet from just starting that process from last night's cook, but again, you can see the size of this firebox. This is 5 feet. So it's pretty massive, pretty massive firebox, but you can regulate your temperature really well. I've had no trouble, getting this up to temperature. It does take a lot of charcoal and wood, charcoal and or wood. I usually start with a little bit of charcoal, and then I use the charcoal to basically start my wood fire. It definitely, takes a lot to get the cooking chamber up to temperature, but once you do, it stays pretty steady. No trouble at all with that. So yeah, it burns efficiently, it burns clean. With the use of those vents on the side, you get some nice efficient fires. Haven't had any, I've had no problem with like dirty smoke or anything like that. Actually, cooks really clean. So yeah, and then let's take a look. We'll go back around to the front. So actually, this didn't come with the trailer, but I bought this. I bought this boot just to take no chances with anyone being able to drive off with the trailer at any given time. yeah, so I think that's a good accessory to have. This is going to be, when it's not in use, it's going to be in storage, but right now I don't want to necessarily take it back and forth to my storage unit every night. So easier for me to keep it, if I am going to keep it somewhere overnight, just use that boot. So I'd recommend that for anyone who's considering going with one of these trailers. We'll take a look up here. Take a look up here. Can, but so on each of the stacks, they're adjustable. Got them shut. I shut them down at the end of every cook just to basically put the fire out or help put the fire out. But yeah, all the welds all the way around this thing, it's really well made. I inspected this thing to just check and see kind of the build quality, but I'm happy all the way around. Mark at ABS been really helpful with giving me tips and stuff on pointers on how to control temperature and different tips and tricks, and just giving me information about the smoker. Very, very helpful from the people at ABS. But if we take a look, come in here and zoom in on this, Tim, but all the weld work all the way around on the trailer. Take a look down here. But all the welds are done, like, just really, really good welds all throughout. So good quality all the way around. This box is fantastic. I think it looks good on the nose of these. I saw some of the smokers where they put them on the back side of the smoker, but I like it better being on the nose. I think it gives it a better look. But right now I'm using this for wood. It's perfect to load wood up. But I know you can use this to load up your Cambros or your coolers and stuff like that also. So yeah, I'll post some more videos, some more reviews of this ABS Judge 5-foot Judge smoker. I'll post some more in the coming days and months, but so far, over the 2 weeks that I've been using it, it's definitely, I would say it's met and probably exceeded my expectations so far for ease of use and for the quality of the food that it's producing. It's got some amazing results in terms of the food color, the taste, the amount of smoke that it's putting on the food. Everything is fantastic. Everything I wanted so far. Okay.